I'm gonna go ahead and pull you on down. All right, so this is my canvas. This is what I'm starting with. Let me move that water. All right, and this is just a piece of art that I have found at the antique store that was going out of business. So if you're ever out looking and you see things that's a good deal, because this was a great deal, and just, you know, instead of saying like, where would I use that, say, what could I do with that? Because I bought several of these, and they're great canvases. So I'm going to start out just painting with, let's find it all in the camera, with a bright pink. And you're going to see when you do a color wash, it completely changes the look. Okay, so I am using DIY paint. All right, it's by Debbie Beard. It is a clay-based chalk paint. There's no smells to it. There's nothing. I mean, it is just all natural because I paint indoors and I have a very sensitive nose. So we're just going to start putting a coat on because this paint covers anything. It just covers anything. There's no priming. You do want it to be clean, okay? And see how bright, this is a bright color, but when you do a color wash over it, it completely changes the look. But I use this paint a lot to do art for the very reason that I can dry it like this, okay? Alright, so you see it is turning pink, right? Okay, great. Okay, now, like I said, I would dry this and paint, just like I just did, paint another color, another coat, I should say. And then, I'm going to move this one that I already have done. Let me see if I can set this down somewhere. Here's one. It's already dry. Alright, so this is one with 2 coats on it, and it still kind of looks, well, on my computer it looks pink, so hopefully. Alright, so let's start the actual wash. Now, I've just got a styrofoam plate here, and I poured a little bit of white paint. I poured beadboard, okay? Again, it's by DIY, and it is beadboard in the color beadboard. Now, it does not take a lot of paint. So let's see what we get here. Alright. So like I said, I just poured some paint in the plate. I already got a little bit of water in there. I'm going to take my spritzer. It's just water. And just get it kind of, I mean, I like it kind of, you know, watery. What's good about this paint as well is it reactivates with water. So if you get too much white and it's not coming off when we start getting it off, you can always spritz it with water and keep moving. Now, another thing I want to mention is the reason that I had a piece already done is the very reason that this paint reactivates with any moisture. So I wanted to, if I were to do this one, it might just start blending the paint. So I do like for my first coats to be dry. Now that looks, why does that look wet right there? Anyway, we're just going to go on. Alright, so here's the fun. You just start washing on your, now you could use any color. Okay, but I'm gonna do it with white. And I'm gonna, let's just start, where can y'all see? I'm gonna start on the side here. I'm trying to decide if I want to work in sections or, because this paint does dry kind of fast. Alright, move this off to the side. Now, I like to take, and these are clean, they may not look it, but I like to take a terry cloth rag. You could use a paper towel, and then I just start dabbing it off like that. Shop towels are good to do it with. And it's a process. I mean, it's not like it doesn't just, and like I said, if it starts drying on you, just give it a spritz of water. Get it going again. You can see it will start, you just start removing it. Now the reason I like to use, and it's hard to tell on these little areas, but you'll see on this bigger part, I like to use the rag like this because it kind of gives it like a cloudy look. So I did a whole vanity like this in a bright coral color. And it just turned out looking so good. It really kind of looked like a pink. That's why I said it really changes color. Gold. What did I do with it? Alright, so I'm taking, and this is my jar is gross. Look at it. But this is Paint Couture gold. It's a pale gold. And I use this almost on everything. So I just take a little popsicle stick. Okay. Swirl it around in there. Now, let's pull this. I'll actually pull it up. Well, no, I'm going to pull it down like this. Okay, so I always just kind of go over and add the gold, okay, with my stick. Now, a lot of times I will use my finger. Like, I'll just put my finger on the stick and just kind of rub it like this. But I love how this is just kind of, it just kind of skips some areas. It puts more in some places than others. I don't know, I just like it like that. Okay, and then on this little fleur-de-lis thing, just pretty it up with the gold. Now I have plans for this to use a stamp. I could go ahead and do that maybe. I don't know, probably could. When it's all said and done, so love this. Love it! Can y'all even see it? Let me hold it up. Make sure you can see how it's shining. Alright, so let me just finish this side and then I'm going to show you my plans. Alright, so you see how you can just add all the fun there. Now, I'm going to put this one down on the ground. Now so this was just your basic color wash, all right? So, what I plan on doing, I have this stamp, which is one of my favorite stamps by Iron Orchid Designs. It's the Kindest Regards. It's just not dry enough to do that. Let me stick the heat gun on it just a minute and see if I can. Okay, so I'm gonna take my gold, and I'm back here on my chair so I have something to pour it out. Hopefully I'll use all that's left in here. So I'm gonna pour it out. Like I said, it's kind of damp. I don't know why it's not drying very well. So I'm just spooning out my gold onto this little, now it's dry, but I know it looks horrible. But it's just a plastic sheet I get at the Dollar Tree. And I've got my brayer, and I'm just gonna roll my brayer into it. Okay, this is the metallic gold still. All right. So I wanted to do like half of it. Let's see if I can do half of it. I know this isn't part of the technique, but so we need to call this paint washing with gold. How about that? Paint washing with gold effects. All right. That's not on there, is it? Oh, it sure is. So you don't want to get it on the flat part. I don't know what I was doing here. I'm in a hurry. Okay. I love the stamp because it's so big and I can hold it. So this is still a little damp. I don't know quite why, unless it is, unless it's whatever it's made of, because I don't think it's wood. I don't know what it is actually. This half right here. Luckily this is a big stamp. I can just drop it down. But I'm using this as a backdrop as well. Okay, I do this a lot. I just hope it didn't do weird since it's kind of wet. Ah! Y'all. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do the other half. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to rub my brayer through the gold. I think it's time to throw this little mat away. Alright, now I'm going to do the second half. I've got to do it over here. Sorry, y'all. Alright. So I'm going to stagger it a little bit. Like, let me make sure okay, kind of like this. Because this transfer that I'm using, I'm going to make sure not to double stamp over there. But see, it wasn't quite big enough. This is a 19 by 19 inch square, if anybody is wondering. So you can actually, like, you know, make your transfer, or your stamp, I should say, the size you want it by just adding to it. All right? Love it. Okay. Now, this is so big, I can't really get it. There we go. There's the light on it better. All right. So, one of my favorite transfers, y'all. Put that on top of that. Is Wander. Okay, it's by IOD as well. Look at those flowers. And so, this is what you get. You get 4 sheets, and 2 of them are just full, and then you have some little individual like pieces. Okay, and these are on my website, weatheredwings.com. And so I thought what I would do is add, I think, this one. And see, the colors in here are so close to how this turned out. I love it. So I think once this needs to really get good and dry before you try to do a transfer. And I've used one of these, because I have several, where the transfer didn't work. So I'm not going to try that. But I did want to give you guys an idea. And it's hard to tell with the white backing. So I am going to try, just kind of open it. Hopefully hopefully it won't fall down and stick on it. I'm just gonna do halfway, give you an idea. So it's transparent like that. So the gold is gonna be in the background and all these beautiful flowers will be on top. Down here, I think I'm gonna do it like right in the middle, like right there. And then I'm gonna add maybe a little butterfly or something up here in the corner. But I love how the colors in here were really close, okay? I don't know if y'all can really tell, but, so yeah, it's just gonna be beautiful. I cannot wait to do it. Okay, one other thing while I have just a couple more minutes. Okay, I just call it my little doodah here. Okay, it's just a little piece of from the Dollar Tree. There was a bag of a toy car, and I don't know why I bought it, but I use it. There's so much dried paint on here, so I just like to take anything flat. You could use a sewing thimble. You could use this instead of my stick, my little stick. But see, I like to add it in little areas on here. But again, it's still a little dry, wet, so I want to be careful. But you can't have too much gold. I'm going to show you this up close before I go, because it's so awesome. And again, y'all, this is furniture or art. You can do this. Ah, that gold. Y'all, this gold is just incredible. I cannot express enough how much I love this gold. All right. So let's just, I'm going to kind of put the camera up a little bit and hold it up. And maybe you can see it just a little bit better. Okay. Alright, ooh, that shows a lot better. But see the gold around the edges? Okay, I love how this turned out, y'all. And okay, you saw how easy it was, right? So easy, and so many different colors would look so good. Blues, greens, green and white would be so pretty with the gold or copper, metallic. So good. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.